Alright, while we're waiting for the Silent Hill, whatever the fuck it's called, game thingy to download, we can watch this. Every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell. Yes, another Bricky video for Warhammer. This is another one that was recommended I watch. Yeah, we're waiting for the Silent Hill high school K-drama looking thing to download. So let's watch this while we wait. Why not? And I think there's like one or two other Warhammer videos of Brickies that people said I should watch. That might be good. But yeah, if there's any other Bricky videos besides the Warhammer ones you want me to watch, let me know. Because he's got a ton of other content I haven't watched yet. I've just watched the Warhammer stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if you guys want me to watch anything else with you guys. But yeah. Let's go.
To the people on the internet, the time has come. The reckoning begins.
Oh,
Your
shit.
boy got himself a shaker cup.
Oh, for fuck's sake, the fucking...
After many, many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup. It's here, the official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal on here? If it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously. Bikini,
wait, have we watched this one?
Legally distinct mark on the face.
Didn't he?
Of course, she wants you to do the diddle
Hold
thing.
on, did we watch
maybe,
this one?
but most likely
I'm so confused because didn't he mention the Gamer Subs Cup before?
Legally distinct,
the fucking abs?
I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot. But if you're thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how
or is
about
he just
my
mentioning
top
it
10
again?
favorite Gamer Subs flavors? From number 1 to number 10, all of them incredible, but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount on your order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring and for getting me this
Gamer Subs everywhere.
cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy
Everybody's
music
having fun
in there,
advertising for it because
and
it's
I'll
just
see you guys
it's
soon.
so ridiculous.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class. God bless the skull.
That would have been me.
Many of you have come across my every
I would have been
faction
napping
explained
like a
video.
champ.
Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40K, they think Space Marines, but
okay, I don't think I'll watch this one. I think he's just advertising his Gamer Subs thing again, because I could have sworn.
We are going to rattle them off in order, and
I could have sworn he mentioned the fucking
a disclaimer, like in my every faction explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamanders Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly. I would like to pet this creature. But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1 million new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to
the
as
memes?
demigods instead. Each Space
like ever since I started, like, you know, trying to get get into Warhammer, I've noticed some of the memes, and even though I don't understand a lot of the context yet, they're still hilarious. It's just
Marine has a father,
I can't wait until I actually understand some of them.
Primarch, which
Can't
is basically
wait.
an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of Mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons.
Yeah, he's having a grand old time.
Who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, who are their sons, not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch and, you know, their seed. So if Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really,
Had to
really
make that
fast,
joke, huh?
then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really, really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in some
Warhammer, Fast and Furious,
the Black Templars, then it's not
in the
be
seed.
Here. However, I
mean
do
the family.
have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first Legion.
Dark Angels.
Allegiance, loyal. Primarch Lion L. Johnson, a duelist, a knight, a real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor.
Well, that's like 99.9% of the population in this universe,
from the
so.
death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch, Lion L. Johnson, is what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't
Legend
ready
has
to
it if
lead
you say
head-on.
family
This
3
makes the Dark
times, you
Ages
summon
a very
Vin
Knights of the
Diesel. Oh
Round
no.
Table vibe.
Oh
They look
fuck.
like the Knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow
I don't know
this.
why.
They have like Ezekiel.
Now all I'm thinking about is that really bad Fast and Furious game that came out not that long ago. We need to play that. We need to play that. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. We need to play that.
Israel, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen. Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away.
They really
and
trying to
mind probe you
gaslight
make sure
everybody
you
into
have
forgetting
never heard
them.
of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their
They
interrogations.
should be standing right in front of you,
thrive in
like,
it.
I don't
Lionel
exist,
Johnson is
you son of a
scorched earth
bitch.
policy sometimes.
Stop
and
looking
it's
at me.
given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on a homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough
I feel like
phalanx.
nuking
The
shit's
Raven
literally
Wing,
just
fast
like-
jet bikes and flyers.
in this
and the
universe,
Green
it's
Wing,
like
which is your
just taking a
standard
shit.
Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Our second Legion
What
is
the
a special
fuck?
one.
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snaky snake, and the single word
Sneaky,
descriptor,
sneaky, sneaky.
perfection. The Emperor's Children are all about the
Yeah, I got that
pursuit of
impression, Yuko. Don't
perfection.
we don't talk about the
Perfection in
second Legion
all they
apparently.
do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and gold. Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things, and I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you look at, and if 40K had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy. Which is why this pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes, Emperor's Children are our first
how we don't
Chaos
talk about
Legion,
Sonic
and not
Underground.
just a normal one. One devoted
The
to,
cursed.
you guessed it, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, God of unspeakable excess. The Emperor's Children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture
Damn, that
and
face,
maim
that
to feel
expression.
perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound, and they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's Children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and
they don't.
everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much of a drug, or maybe the music at a concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason, you just take all those things and you dial it and you dial it and you twist it and the knob breaks. And that is the Emperor's Children.
God is dead. God, we mean, is dead. And we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word descriptor, siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have
You
the
can't
Iron
even get away from
Warriors
them in
led by
Warhammer.
Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus Heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus Heresy. Intermission. So Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? You know, so the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a
for
ton.
fuck's
and
sake.
She loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And
Oh my god.
kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real.
They are real to me!
And then it started playing out
Not
a
the
little bit
fucking
more like
Star
this.
Wars reference.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah. So Iron Warriors, the Horus Heresy wouldn't have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to
Thomas
trap
take anything.
and
I
use
can't.
as shock
I
troops.
can't with
the
that.
Iron Warriors are siege
It gets me every
warfare
time, no matter
incarnate.
what
They
it's
are
popping
heavy
up in.
weapons, they are tanks, they are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials, they hate Imperial fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby?
No! No, I don't!
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the
Yeah,
Iron
you
Warriors
need
don't
a
serve the
pacifier.
Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Not another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars.
Gotta go
Allegiance,
fast.
Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai Khan, a speed demon, a plane strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars
God, it's
are
been a while
all
since I saw that
about
movie.
speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine is going to be
Honestly, just
popping up everywhere.
running really damn fast. The White Scars are
They go
honestly
zoom, zoom.
forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as
So
the
wait.
laughing killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a chuckle in their throat. And as you can tell,
They're
by
like-
their
they're like the
Primarch's name,
version of,
they are Mongolian based. Remove
They're like the Flash, an alternate Warhammer version of the Flash. basically. Gotta go fast. Gotta go. Be zooming everywhere.
Horses and replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and consider this is 40k and everybody's evil. You know, that fits. The white scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient, he is often...
I've noticed it's like they're either assholes, dickheads, mildly murderous, and it's like there's different levels of it. It's not just, yeah, this one's okay, this one's horrible. It's like, no, it's different levels of shit. Assholery. So I'm starting to get that about Warhammer. I'm starting to understand.
Underestimated because he doesn't scream his
And also not
accomplishments
understand.
from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the White Scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The White Scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on, and if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you. Shameless thirst break.
Fucking gamer sup. Can't escape the sups of
Space
gamers.
Wolves. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Leman Russ. A Viking, a savage, the Undertaker. Single word descriptor. Wolf. There's so many goddamn wolf units. Skater,
Little
how
foofy
many
wolf.
units in the Space Wolves Codex
Little
have the
foofy
word
wolf
wolf
wolf.
in their name?
What a wolf
The
wolf.
Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ. I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their shtick is legion in the 20 legions besides the world eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations, you have found Vikings in space. But they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an all-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human, so they can get drunk. They have fangs in their
Nice.
mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies. Sometimes they eat people because
Of
they
course
gain
they do.
knowledge about them from there and about battle
course.
plans. The Space Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But despite all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you want Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that
Oh,
wall.
for fuck's
The
sake.
Imperial Fists. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word
Oh,
descriptor.
God.
Fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter, with their main source of recruitment coming from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect, a master builder, and basically a rock in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons. The Fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and
Some
a love for
PTSD.
building defenses, and you have the Imperial Fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus Heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today. And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter? These guys are the reason why.
Guys, bring the thing! Where is he going?
They're silly people. They're so silly in this Warhammer universe. They're so silly.
Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey, guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got
fucking
better
memes.
jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad day. This
Not the fisting.
today
Oh my
is one of the
god.
worst days.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Night
Visible-
Lords.
visible excitement.
Allegiance, heretic.
He got excited.
Primarch Conrad Kurz, a sadist, a vigilante, depresso espresso. Single word, fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their Primarch, Conrad Kurz. They are a traitor legion from a planet known as the Sunless World or the World of Endless Night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around. The only thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps of their Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the
emo
only way
punks.
to make humans compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them, as their ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube, as young as 12 years old. Murderers before they were even teenagers, raised to become demigods. Now, fear is what they sow, and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact opposite of all other legions. They torture and they maim and they flay because they think it's fun. They run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians because it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the antithesis of normal Space Marines. They are scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their
all
ships
basically
and
evil
brought it into
Batman.
atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle, and the airlocks opened, and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace. In other words,
It's raining me.
a
Hallelujah.
legion of gangers and criminals. Add together a heavy Slavic influence to them, you've got my favorite faction.
You have not done the dishes for 5 years. So embarrassed when people come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them. Vampires don't do dishes.
The Blood Angels. Allegiance, loyal. Primarch, sanguineous.
Vampires
An
don't do
angel,
dishes.
a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker. Single word descriptor, blood. The Blood Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal, with their Primarch, Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes. The death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage. The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart. But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there, at their Primarch's demise, with Horus in sight. And to them, it's time for vengeance. That Space Marine over there, that Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him. That Orc War Boss over there, Horus. Kill him. That Tyranid Swarm, 1,000 Horuses. Horai. Kill them all. Did your toast come out a little bit burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster. Destroy the toaster. Destroy it. Do it. Do
Oh,
it. Kill
damn.
your toaster. Do it. This slow, debilitating
Damn.
disease takes over the blood angels, and it gives them this angelic, vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use psychic powers to sprout angel wings from their bodies. They are a tragedy through and through, and the only thing that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
I got a diesel engine, and honey, we forgot to mention we're
Iron Hands, 10th Legion. Okay.
The
Here we
Iron
go.
Hands. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Ferrus Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders. Single word?
Well.
Bionics.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Iron
Oh,
Hands
for
are
fuck's
from the
sake.
home planet of Medusa and their Primarch Ferrus Manus. Does Ferrus Manus have an iron hand? You fucking know he's got an iron hand. The Iron Hands believe that the flesh is weakness. But despite all of their enhancements, despite all the things that made them demigods, replacing some of the flesh with bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor more. They go hard into vehicles and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being giant walking sarcophagi that have wounded space marines.
It's funny how all the lores are like unstable.
Metal upgrades.
So far from what I've
These
heard
are
of the
things that
Warhammer
make up
universe,
this
there's no
legion.
such thing
Their
as a
tech
stable
marines have
anybody
servo
here.
arms sticking out
No
from
one's
all
stable.
directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies.
Like,
The
of
Iron
course
Hands
you
are
would, of
also
course you would.
Not particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean, Marines are already normally pretty big assholes.
Yeah,
but
everybody's
they're
an
a little
asshole
bit
in
up
this
there because
universe.
of their flesh, civilians made of flesh, because you see,
Ew,
the
flesh
is
cooties.
weak. Flesh is corruptible. Bionics, the strength of the machine is pure and cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
Yeah, that's you, Yomi.
I was never here.
Legion 11.
Another one? Well,
Why, hello there. I have returned from touching grass. I know. I'm pretty
Ew.
cool with the grass touching. And now let's continue our Warhammer lecture.
that was so awkward. Okay, so another Legion we don't talk about. Got it.
The World Eaters. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Angron, a butcher, a slaughterer.
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
Single word descriptor, anger. Hey you. Yeah, you. Are you mad? Do you just fucking hate everything? Do you want to murder everything in
For
sight
fuck's
and get
sake.
rewarded for
Oh,
doing so?
God.
Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest, is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain so that if he ever
Did no one try to feed him a Snickers bar? No one?
felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad,
Legit
also
allergic
put
to
a version
grass.
of
Oh my
these
God,
nails
same.
in their brain. So
I
now
think
you
it's
have
a
an
spe-
entire
it's a
legion
specific type
who
of grass. I
literally
can't remember.
feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes, and you can see what's gonna happen. It's no wonder they're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a
Fucking
surprisingly
corn, that
sad
goddamn
legion
name, I
that
can't.
actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are. But they didn't start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful warriors into arguably even more powerful warriors, but blunt, like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World
Same,
Eaters,
Yomi.
like
I'm
I
just
mentioned,
allergic to the
Space
outside
Wolves,
world.
They wear their concept
just
on
needs to
their
stop.
sleeve.
It just
They
needs
are
to stop
angry,
being
they want to kill things, they
too
want
much.
to kill you, and maybe some of their friends, and that's the faction. They're red, they're mad, they're gonna run at you and cause death. If you like that, you play the World Eaters. Or you like it because they were, you know, at one point a lot better than that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college. I didn't finish college, and neither did Angron.
He must eat his.
Hail Caesar. If it's not done by sunrise, I'll cut your balls off.
The Ultramarines. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rabute Gilliman. That's how it's said. An analyst, a diplomat, a blueberry boy scout. Single word descriptor, duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are always colored blue. These are the blue Space Marines. These ones here, the Ultramarines, who hail from the world of Macrogge with their Primarch, Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines, the grilled chicken with salt and pepper. And this is by no means an insult. They are plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn good at their job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. Gilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard you try, you don't win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade routes, without infrastructure and economy. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Gilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar, which is why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos. They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything. Other legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters,
like
as they are all now inflicted with various amounts of ultra depression for many reasons. Gilliman is, at the time of recording, the only playable Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the loyalist side. He took one look at what his empire has become and immediately wanted to fucking die. Being forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core, with his sole responsibility. Oh my god, the fucking memes. Kind of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh, stinky, funny poop, funny, woo.
The death.
Okay, so they're kind of like I said, the Swiss knife of it. They're good at everything, might not be the best, but they can do everything. They actually get the jobs done. They edumacated. They didn't fall asleep in class, is what I'm saying. Like
Guard. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Mortarian. A reaper, a poison, an ungodly stench. Single word descriptor, rot. The Death Guard hail from Barbaros, with the Primarch Mortarian. The 14th Legion were known for their incredible resilience to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial Fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Death Guard were resilient because they could take a punch or a gut shot or a cannon to the chest and just keep on moving. They are slow, yet they are resistant, which was only confounded as a Death Guard captain, Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and decay. Now, the Death Guard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal Marines 10 times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master. Where the Death Guard enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debilitating disease to all around them. Why would a legion need to be anything more than very tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their skin peel off just by their presence? Entire worlds infested with a zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the Legion advances slowly, painfully, allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them. And look at Mortarian's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck. A gigantic moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Death Guard.
For my next trick!
They're just a little smelly.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The Thousand Sons. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Magnus the Red. A scholar, a sorcerer, a fucking
Them some
nerd.
nipples.
Single word descriptor?
Are those nipples? There was some
Sons
horn
hail
nipples.
from their home world of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our 4 major Chaos God factions, the Thousand Sons are disciples of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the Legion themselves are slaves to the god of trickery and change. Most of them no longer even having a physical
Yuko,
form, reduced to just
I have a feeling
dust,
you think Magnus
piloting
did nothing
suits
wrong?
of armor at the whim of a sorcerer leader. The Thousand Sons do not deserve their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is very sympathetic, mainly because the Space Wolves and Leman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing time itself, opening up portals to unreality, or changing the very fabric of the universe. The Thousand Sons sorcery knows no bounds, and they are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style of spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like Mortarion, looks fucking baller, the
Them
Thousand
nipples, though.
Sons are for you.
You fucking
Them
asshole!
horny
There's no
nipples.
way. You're a fucking cheater. You're such a sore loser. You're a cheater. My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion.
Had to warn the
Allegiance,
Emperor betrayal. So
heretic.
obviously you do that by
Primarch,
destroying all their
Horus,
defenses.
A warlord,
Obviously.
a treasured friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault. The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthonium.
To be fair, Yomi,
The
what
Sons of
doesn't
Horus
make you think of
themselves
Kingdom
were
Hearts?
assault troops. The strength of their attack was
To
some
be
of the most
fair.
powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons
Get
of
to a
Horus
fair.
were known for their
Zoom,
overall
zoom.
offensive power. It was even said that if the Sons of Horus met the Imperial fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus are no longer, because, well, they are now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father failed. The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based force, but they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass Space Marine, who are known for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion. Anyone can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain favored by not just one, but all 4
That fucking
gods
tongue.
equally. Their famous line,
fucking
"Let the
tongues.
galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. So long as the Imperium dies, the Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind. As the Dark Gods are calling, and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
No.
It wasn't fucking optional!
The Word
Oh my
Bearers,
God.
Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian, a preacher, a fanatic, a choir boy. Single word descriptor, zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Word Bearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis. Originally obsessed with worshiping the
waiting
Emperor
for
of
it.
Mankind
I
as a
was
god,
waiting
they
for
found
it.
despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because, you know, he raised their equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship and will reward those who do. The Word Bearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All chaos gods. They
They're gonna
specialize
be
in demonic
shoving the holy
rituals,
word
the
up
summoning
your
of
ass.
demons, and the mutual possession of their own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves for aid, and guess what? They answer. In the world of 40K, Satan doesn't just call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your couch. In the world of 40K, your rituals will end with genuine results. The word bearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons. They bring forth possessions. They bring forth the power of the neverborn, the damned, and those that hide in the dark to bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the
honestly, Yomi, if you ended up in the Warhammer universe, I could see you fucking shit up, honestly.
To rend the galaxy.
Dear Sir Stroke Madam, fire! Exclamation
This
mark.
is Salamanders.
Fire! Exclamation mark. Help me!
The Salamanders. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan. A Forge Master. A Behemoth. A very huggy boy. Single word
A very
descriptor,
huggy boy.
Fire. The Salamanders hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet
Likes
home
a
to
little
their
cuddle,
Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is an enormous slab of beef, by far the largest of all the Primarchs. However, don't let his size fool you, as he is also
He got some meat on
the
them bones.
kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while also boasting an ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan believes that to safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, I mean, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average human, the Salamanders spend significantly more time trying to save them, often taking numerous losses by doing so. They are very independent as well. They're forgers and blacksmiths, maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a Space Marine. They care, which is the funny part, because the 7.5-foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand." If you enjoy fire, melting things, and being the nicer of the Marines, Salamanders are for you.
I like the Salamanders. When you look like the villain, but you really just want to cuddle.
Work if you yell it out loud.
The Raven Guard. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A raven, a shadow, an industrial dance DJ. Single word descriptor, stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance. With Primarch Corvus
suck at stealth.
It hasn't been made clear enough
I'm
already.
so bad
The
at
Raven
stealth.
Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination. Despite this, their signature winged jump pack and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy. They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept of it as a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem with waiting and waiting and waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way.
Yeah.
That more than anything,
Those
it
suits
should
doing
not be
stealth
used to
are-
show how ridiculous 40K is.
Yeah.
Even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long.
I don't know why, but I'm just like,
striking distance that you
I'm just like picturing them now, like Transformers trying to like be sneaky. You know what I'm saying? It's they're just like tiptoeing around these big ass suits.
even realize they had been there. And also, if you want, you know, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere, if you want to field assassins and snipers abound, then the Raven Guard are for you.
He could be in this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be...
Oh, well.
Whoa!
What?
It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion. Allegiance? Heretic. Primarch, Alfarius, and Omegon. Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally, the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, led by Alfarius and Omegon, the only Legion to have two Primarchs who were split as twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical, we think, and specialize in destabilization of society and armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, two more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch. Olive skin, shaved head. All claim to be Alfarius. All are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine factions because it's extremely easy to take over a planet when you
Poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth
Yomi,
and
got called
sabotage
out.
to eliminate their enemies,
You got
the
called
Alpha
out,
Legion
Yomi.
refer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you could imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage. Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer, because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery, we're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation, everything. They are Space Marines in name only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion is interested in. In fact, the Alpha Legion is interested in you not even knowing that the Alpha Legion is a thing. I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are all Alfarius in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little something. I hope if you were on the fence about what Space Marines you wanted to field, you would now have a better idea of what you want to play. Buy my Gamer Sub Shaker.
Oh my
It's on
God.
sale. It's
Fucking
on
Gamer
pre-order.
Subs.
It's ready to go.
Are we ever gonna get away from it?
Use code Bricky. It's in the description. Just get it. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons over on patreon.com/Bricky and the members on the YouTube channel. Your
Which is my
names
fave.
are
Oh, definitely
here.
the
Thank
Salamanders.
you a ton.
Definitely.
You're all very generous. And oh, I need to answer a question. Have you ever attempted to touch grass but end up touching the Destiny 2 loading screen? Oh, damn it. I just...
What?
Yeah. So?
He got called out. Yeah, I would have to say Salamanders are definitely my fave so far. Ugh. Just from what just from the little I know of Warhammer, I feel like I'm still like on the first page of the gigantic book of Warhammer lore. But yeah, so far Salamanders are definitely my #1 fave right now. That was good. That was good. I feel like I know a little bit more. I'm getting there, you guys. I'm learning.